Hey, you guys, it's Tenell, and welcome to Tenell's Talk, episode 1. And yeah, I know a lot of people are not on yet, so I'm going to do a little introduction. My name is Tenell, also known as the Beautiful Bargainista here on Instagram. I am from the the Chicagoland area. I have 3 kids. Which are all grown. Have 2 daughters. One is 22. The other one will turn 21 in October. And the youngest is a boy, and he is 18 years old. I am an influencer here on Instagram and YouTube. What else can I tell you guys about myself? Let's talk about Tenell Talks. So Tenell Talks is a concept that I came in my mind 3 years ago. I'm 43 years old, so I just turned 43 in June. And when I turned 40, a lot of things in my life started changing physically, mentally, emotionally. So I wanted to come up with some way to communicate that with you guys, because I'm sure I wasn't alone with dealing with some of these topics and issues that was going on. So initially I was going to do a YouTube video, get ready with me or whatever. Fast forward 3 years, more stuff and more topics have came up. So in the month of July, August, I took a little break, and I wanted to get on live a little bit more to engage with my followers and my supporters. And Tenell Talks came into my mind. Doing a live, forcing myself to get on live. So hence Tenell Talks. And Tenell Talks is all about living our lives in our 40s. I know a lot of my demographics are 35 to 45, and then 45 and up. So I wanted to talk about that and have you guys join in and pick the topics and talk and have special guests. So that's what Tenell Talks is all about. So Tenell Talks will be once a month on Wednesdays. I know, right? I don't know why I'm so nervous. Like, I'm so used to doing this on YouTube. I don't know why I'm nervous. But anywho, so we'll be doing this once a month on Wednesdays. I'll probably stick to like the third Wednesday of the month at 7 p.m. If it gets very well and I have the time, we can move it up to 2 times a month. Thanks. So if you guys miss it, the replays will always be on IGTV and YouTube. I'm going to try to reload it up on YouTube and IGTV on Fridays. So if you ever miss a live, don't worry about it. Hopefully Instagram saves this, because I know sometimes people thank you. I know sometimes people have trouble saving their lives. But like I said, you can always catch it on IGTV and on YouTube. Okay, so when I first introduced Tenell Talks, you guys voted on my stories, and you guys want to talk about changing careers. Yes, changing careers can be scary. It can be intimidating. It can be fearful, all of those things, but it also can be a good thing as well. So I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of background about myself as far as job and career-wise. I have a degree, a bachelor's of science in public administration. My thought first when I went to school was to be a physical therapist. Didn't want to do all them science classes and math classes. So I was like, no. So next thing I came up with was a health administrator, because I am very interested in health and science. That has always been one of the things that I'm a nerd about. But anywho, I ended up graduating with a degree in public administration with emphasis in healthcare administration. Got pregnant my last semester in college, which meant, okay, buckle down. Had my daughter. As soon as I had her, maybe, I want to say she was like 8 months old or so, maybe a little bit older, I started back into the workforce. And my first job was actually introduced by my daughter's godmother. She's no longer with us, Brandy. So she introduced me to this temp agency, and I became what is it called? Lord have mercy. Administrative assistant. So I was administrative assistant with Chicago Housing Authority for Henry Horner Homes. It used to be a housing authority, or the projects here in Chicago, and they was the template for them tearing down the projects and doing what we have now is mixed communities, which is really not mixed anymore. But anyway, that's another story. So yeah, I started off there. They ended up hiring me full time. From that, I became a job developer, administrative assistant / job developer. With funding and stuff, I ended up getting laid off. Went to another program similar to the one. It was still CHA, and I was doing case management. So case management, I mean, I had a caseload. I was working with families that lived in CHA, trying to get them prepared for the new development that was coming up, teach them all the rules and everything like that. Within that job, I, what was it, 3 months? Well, anyway, I changed like very quickly within that job. I started off like at $30,000, ended up like $80,000 a year because I became a case manager, supervisor, an auditor. So I was checking other case managers' notes and making sure they was inputting it correctly in the system and writing notes and document everything. And because when it came to social services, it was about documentation. It didn't happen if you didn't document. All my jobs with public administration or case management, social services, end up in layoff. So I went to 2 other jobs. One was same thing, CHA. And I was a case manager, and yeah, I was a case manager, but I was scattered site. So I was going all across the city of Chicago, north, south, west side, even the east side of Chicago, close to Indiana, the Hegridge area. So I did that. Then I left there and went to Goodwill. At Goodwill, I was a job developer in Joliet, Illinois, which is a south suburb of Chicago as well. This was the first time that they was putting a job development center inside the store, because if you don't know, Goodwill, the money that they make off the clothes that we purchase and thrifting and everything goes back into another program, job development program, job training, things like that. Oh, forgot about that. Well, that's next. So the last job in case management social services, I worked on the low end of Chicago, and I was employment trainer, job developer. So I taught classes on resume building, mock interviewing, how to dress, what to say, what not to say, all those things when getting employed, and what your resume should look like. So that ended up in layoff. The company was like a whole mess. Like we wasn't getting paid or anything like that. And child, if we did get paid, it was late, or they gave us half of our money, stuff like that. So that ended up being that the company didn't get the contract with CHA, and CHA was doing revamping of the program one more time. The program revamped 2 times. First, it was a service connector, and then it was a home visitor program. And then when I left, it became something else. During that time, I got laid off. Kendra got sick, so I was off for like a good month or so. And no, take that, scratch that, longer than that. I was laid off for quite some time, which led me to my last paying job, which I left last May. I was working in a senior home, working with people with disabilities, and that was my thing with Goodwill. I was helping people with disabilities get employment, mostly mental delay. Some had physical, but most of it was mental delay. So my last job was working in a senior home, which here in Illinois, we don't have homes anymore. We have community integrated living arrangement where a group of ladies or women or residents live under one roof. They have their own rooms, And then that's what us, the workers, do. We pass out the medications, make sure that they're on schedule, get on the bus, all those things, help them with their planning, individual programs and all that type of stuff. So like I said, that job ended in May by my choice because of the pandemic. They want us to come back in May, and you guys already know that there was no vaccine. There was really nothing going on in May, and they just wanted to quarantine the ladies in their room, and it was a no-go to me. I had too many issues. My mom has lupus. Kendrick has a dumbed down immune system because of his liver transplant. So it was just like a no-go. But while I was working that job, I worked that job during night. So I started a YouTube channel around the same time that I started that job. So I was able to do YouTube and try to start this influencer thing while I was working at night. So it gave me a chance to do all the editing and planning for that particular career job. And then about 4 or 5 years ago, so I've been paying about 5 years. I was helping Kendrick part-time, and then the last 3 years it was becoming a full-time thing because he could not find workers or helpers to help him with painting. My dad owns a painting company, so I knew how to do the basics or whatever and then work with him. And my dad, I learned how to do more advanced things than just rolling paint on the wall. So I was doing my overnight job, coming home, painting with Kendrick, coming back, going to sleep, then going back to my night job. So I did that for like four or 5 years. So when the pandemic hit, the paint company took off. It was like so many people wanted their house done. I guess people was looking at their walls like, or their rooms like, yeah, we need to get this done. So last year, when they called me back, I was able to say no by the grace of God. That I say no, I'm going to help him with that, be a two-time business owner. I'm going to build my brand, hence the Beautiful Bargainista with this influencer thing, and concentrate on painting, Katie painting decor. And I added decor to it because I am the decor part. So if people want to hire us as far as decorating a room or choices or something like that, that's where I come in at. So with that, like I said, I ended that job in May and focused on both of those businesses at the same time. So I talked about becoming a business owner. So yeah, so with that was a lot. I know there was a lot of jobs that I had and careers that I have had to become to what I am passionate about in my purpose. And my purpose and passion has always been to help people. I keep drawing blanks, but my purpose is to always help people. Like even with, thinking about being a physical therapist, healthcare administration, all the way to the case management and social services. It wasn't that I didn't like the social services jobs. It was that because they were so unstable. Like I said, every last one of them that I told you guys, 5 of them, I'm probably missing one of them, but they all end up in layoffs. Like I would stay on 5 years layoff, 3 years layoff, 2 years layoff. And I was getting jobs because of my skill and my knowledge, so it wasn't never hard, but it was just the stability part of it. And then when Kendra got sick and we needed the money, it was, okay, let me do this overnight thing. And it opened the doors for me to do the influencer thing and to be full-time with his business, which is now our business. So that goes on to what next I want to talk about is passion equals purpose. Like I said, my purpose in life has always been to help people. With the influencer thing, I feel like I'm helping people with knowledge or be motivation, inspirational, teaching you something regardless if it's hair, makeup, clothing, how to save those coins, because that's what my channels and my business, my brand is all about is living a lux lifestyle all on a budget. A lux lifestyle does not mean money, brand name or anything like it's whatever makes you feel good, whatever. So if money makes you feel good and you want to go out there and buy the name brands, then hey, that's you. It's just about your peace and happiness and what makes you happy and how it relates to your self-care as a person. That's what my brand is all about, living a luxe lifestyle all on a budget. Beauty, fashion, lifestyle, everything that you can think about. So I do have a special guest and I do want to bring her along because like I said, we're talking about passion. And I think she's still in here. I don't think yet. I think she's still in here. Y'all gotta bear with me because I want to add her in, but I don't know how to add her in. Miss Marie, if you can request to come in, that would be great. Yes. Thanks, honey. Okay, so I got her in. So she always preaches and speaks the word, and it always resonates with me. Hey, honey.
Gotta back it up.
How are you?
Tenell, did I say right? Oh my
yes.
goodness. I don't have this right. This is Lonje. How are you?
Good.
Oh my God, it makes a difference. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get my face in there.
That's okay. Take your time. While you get that together, I'm going to continue to talk about. Okay, good. There you go.
Okay.
So you want to introduce yourself, and where you was on live, I ended off with talking about passion. So I know a lot of times on your post you talk about passion, and you really resonated with me when you your post on Monday or yesterday when you was talking about why leaving that job you hate. So
Yeah.
we're going to talk about that, but go ahead and introduce yourself and give your little background.
Okay, Tenell, did I say your name properly? Tenell.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
I tell people Lonje, then Kanye, then they remember. And my name is Lonje. So I'm Lonje. Tenell, I don't think you realize just how special I feel that you asked me. I mean, out of my heart.
I'm telling you, every time you post something, it always resonates with me. So I had to ask you when I saw that. I was like, yes, she has to be my first guest.
It's just that God gives us everyone we need at the exact moment we need it. I'm not.
Yes, ma'am.
But I've had some rejections and some. That's okay. I'm moving forward because one thing I had come to realize: God is going to send me someone better. Not everyone is meant to support us, but really fast. Am I okay in the camera? So
yeah, you're good.
All day.
Is she okay? Let's ask everybody. Can you guys see her? Is she okay? In the camera, give a thumbs up, say a comment.
Can you guys see
me?
I can see my face. I had to back the camera up.
Okay.
But
yep, I can see you.
Okay, I can see you beautifully. You said that right.
Thank you. You do too.
Thank you. So today, real fast, I was really getting ready for this. I'm not at home, so I wanted to look nice. I'm like this beautiful, classy queen. I can't come up here half-ass. So I went about the top today.
Oh no, I feel so special that you did that. You don't have to do that.
You do anything, it's how you do everything. Tenell, I see your class, your beauty. Oh no. When you hang around the big shots, so I went to about this today. It was brand new. Talk about bargain,
Okay.
So I thank Google. I apologize. This top was from a thrift store I found in this area, and it was brand new for $3. It's kind of big, but it's okay. I'll fix it when I get
works.
Thank you. Story short, I am here. I'm in X-ray. I've been in X-ray Texas. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I've been in X-ray Texas in 1984. But when I started getting fired off of X-ray jobs, the thing is, I guess I had in my head, I'm supposed to stay on this job forever, and nothing stays the same. So when I started fired from X-ray jobs, I'm like, God, you're trying to tell me something. I started studying purpose. The fact that what we love to do is not by accident, it's by his design. I was blown away. I have my daughter Jackie. I saw what God did for her. She was 2 years at the university. She stopped. But the driving across, you guys, is when you do what you were designed to do, what you were born to do, the sky's the limit in terms of your pay. There is no glass ceiling.
Yes, ma'am.
It never gets old. So like
Mm-hmm.
when doors closed, God led you to better doors. And it's okay to be a little bit sad, you guys, a tiny bit depressed, because God knows grow weary, but he said you're not supposed to pass on under the weight if you're a believer. So it's
Mm-hmm.
something new. You don't know how. I just quit an x-ray job because I knew God.
Really?
I've never quit an x-ray job without having another one. Talk about
Okay.
faith. I've
Mm-hmm.
before. But I knew at the exact moment God was telling me to leave that job. But I held on a couple of months. And
Okay.
the job that I was on, just to make it not messy, I just left. I left for several reasons, but I said, God, if I don't do this now, if I don't trust in you 50,000,000%, how can I teach
Mm-hmm.
this faith? I stepped into the thing that I was born to do. I've always entertained on jobs. I didn't really know what I was doing. Girl, my behind, oh, I'd be getting in trouble. It's supposed to be every but, but I'm entertaining.
Look, I probably look. If I didn't work by myself that night job, I probably would get fired too because I was doing other work while I was on that job. But because I was by myself, there wasn't nobody to tell on me.
And the thing is, God puts us, he puts people, has everyone heard of the book, The Prayer of Jabez? Have you ever heard of that book, Tenell?
No. Could
My,
you put it in the comments for everybody when you get a chance?
yeah, I'm going to put that book.
But while she's doing that, I do want to piggyback on what she's saying, and she is absolutely right. Like, when we have a purpose in this life and a passion for it, there is no sky's the limit. We most of the time operate on fear or because we have to make a living, so we take jobs. We get in those situations. Like I said, when I was, I was 22-year-old when I had my daughter, so I had to work. I had to do something. It was aligned with my degree, but then, like I said, I did. It wasn't that I didn't like social services because I was helping people. That brought me joy, and I wasn't stuck in the office. I was always out on the field, but it was the constant layoff, the constant not being appreciated and underpaid, and I'm out here in these streets of risking my life and stuff like that, and then okay, you laid off. So it's like that wears heavy on you, because there's no consistency. There's no, just like with the pandemic, a lot of people did not return back to their former jobs because there was no security there. And once again, to piggyback on her, that if it wasn't for the pandemic, I might have still be working at my last job at the Stiller home, but because of God divine plan and how everything worked and how our painting business took over, I'm like, this is the perfect timing. If I don't take a leap out on faith now, then when? So she the prayer of Jezebel,
the prayer of
Jabez,
the prayer of Jabez, the prayer of Jabez, and to me,
okay.
Every time I get a book, I put the date in it. It holds an emotional value for me. My cousin bought me
Okay.
the 2001. And I'm going to read the book over and over again. The gist of the book is God enlarge my territory. Cherry, get the laundry. I've literally had that. When you run across a person, it's not by accident. The bank, or walking down the street. And when you pray, God enlarge my territory, oh boy, he won't give you more hours in the day. He'll give you more opportunity. A couple of Saturdays ago, the whole day was nothing but I met this person I talked about. And I can see in a person's eyes when I'm being used. Trust me, I ain't no prayer book. My nasty mouth, I'm not trying to make it like I'm a
no, and you're not supposed to be. That's not of him. He made us all unique anyway, so your personality gonna come out regardless if you believe in God or not.
Yeah. Point is, every one of us here, every single person, God, he doesn't expect us to be perfect, just available. So, I mean, I was like, I'm talking. And see, the thing is, when I was growing up, my mom would always say, Kanye, all I hear is your mouth. Well, take it up with Jesus. The gift of speech. I go tell my kids, like, please don't start talking, but it's I like talking to people. So basically, like I said,
and I think that's why our spirits kind of connect, because my mom is the same way. When I was growing up, we'll be in stores, shopping, grocery stores, whatever, and me and my sister would look over, like once the person left, we'd be like, Mom, who was that? You know that person? She was like, no, we just got to talking. And I mean like long conversations, not like a quick 15-minute conversation. It'd be like a 30 minutes to an hour. Then they end up exchanging numbers. I'm like, who are these people that you keep meeting? But that's what I say. And then the older that I'm getting, I'm becoming the same way. Like I have conversation with people in the stores and just full on. And if they ask me, I'm gonna talk.
Total strangers. And you guys, that book, that is one of the books that will literally transform your life. And every day, you guys, you can actually, research has proven what you do the first 30 minutes of your day makes or breaks the entire day. So I don't always get on course, but for the most part, before you go to social media, before you check your text messages, whatever, put something healthy into your brain. So I have the Prayer of Jabez. I'm reading it again. And my favorite read are short stories. Put something into your brain. To me, that's giving God fruits of the day. Trust me, you guys, everything I say, I am not some dang pastor. I am not perfect. I am I'm just saying this stuff works. So I was reading, like I said, I'm starting to read the Prayer of Jabez again. But the gist of the book is ask God to enlarge your territory so you can speak for him and bless you. There's nothing wrong with, we pray for others. Ask God to bless you. God bless me.
Yeah.
That's the gist of the whole book. And he's going to give you opportunities. I'm telling you. You'd be surprised when you say, okay, he's going to send you this person and that person. Oh, it's going to blow your mind. It will. It's like, God, if I don't step out on faith, what I was born to do, how can I teach someone else to step out on faith? And the thing, you guys, is before God takes you to the next level, he puts you in a valley. He has to break something in you. Either it's arrogance, pride, fear, the fear that you're not worthy enough. Ooh, that's a tough.
Yes. You're not good enough. Others out there doing it. What I'm going to bring to the table. All those negative thoughts comes into your mind.
Let me tell you, one day my behind, I'm supposed to be X-raying patients, right? But I'm talking to the receptionist on my desk. I made that girl cry. That's God speaking through me. She said, I want to do garden stuff, but I'm afraid. I said, the Bible says your gifts will make room for you. What that means is it doesn't matter if 15 billion people have done it. They ain't done it by, nobody can do it like you. And the girl, she said,
you are uniquely divine.
Yes. And I got in trouble. That was my fault. I'm not faulting anybody because normally on this job, I don't have a lot of patience. But that dang day was one of the busiest days. I was supposed to go check into my X-ray schedule. First, I'm like, I don't have a heck of a lot to do. And I'm talking to the young lady, the receptionist at the desk. I don't have a problem with that. I'm just saying that's an example of how somebody before open your mouth. You may not ever get that opportunity again. And you may, but I got in trouble for it. But
hey, but with that, you was where you supposed to be when that happened. Your words bless her. And like you said, God was always provide. Yeah, you might have got fired from that, but you blessed her at the same time. And hopefully she took heed and was obedient into the words that was, given to you, to her, to go ahead and do what she was supposed to do.
And to make it really short, I was supposed to go to Walmart. I went to Walmart. So to make it really short, I left the food cart. My son had it. So I had to go back. I told him, this is what I'm training myself. You guys, this works. I'm telling you, every time you get delayed, somebody maybe cut you off in traffic. You 15 minutes late to your job, you get denied, you get rejected. Tell yourself, God, something good is going to come out of this. You may not see it, but you may. That day, I had to go back home because I didn't have my card. My son had it. I'm like, something good is getting ready to happen. I got the card, went back, just went to another store. I met this beautiful elderly lady. She was maybe in her 80s. I was a bit fearful because of the pandemic. She spoke a word into me. I said, God, that was meant to be. So I'm telling you, whenever it happens, just say, God, what good do you have waiting for me? What good? I'm retraining my thinking. I'm thinking.
Yes.
I'm literally retraining the way I think. I may get a little like, Dad, you cut me off. Yeah. I'm 10 minutes late, but I say, okay, calm your butt down. Like a life-threatening fatal accident. We don't know what God's plan is. Come on, Tenell.
Yes, I experienced that a couple of months ago. Like, it was a bad accident. We were supposed to leave and something had happened that we ended up being later than what we was. And when we went past, it was like, that could have been us. So, and we, my husband and I both said, thank God that, we didn't complain that, we just went ahead and it was late and called a customer and was like, yeah, we was going to be late. But we were both kind of like frustrated when we was at home. But
Yes.
then we don't have to tell you.
I,
Like you say, you got to retrain that thinking.
I get in my flesh and be like, you, what's up? But then I'm like, okay, like, calm down. You know your behind got high blood pressure, fool. So
Me too. I have high blood pressure too. So
like,
yes.
yeah, but the thing is, I have what I miss about a lot of my coworkers. I have been so blessed to be in the midst of some really, really nice coworkers in X-ray. I mean, blessed. Even if you have that tough one, girl, I'm gonna tell you a true story. I'm an X-ray tech, of course. I was in surgery at this particular job, and there was a guy that worked in surgery. He had a reputation for being mean. I mean, the first time that dude, I went in there to X-ray, he tore my behind up. I told myself, I mean, you got a choice. You're gonna make it work, dude. So I said, okay, God, let's go. I will get my behind. I kid you not. Google, YouTube, and start binge watching whatever subject I'm interested in. 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. So I went to surgery, and I'm literally in surgery Googling on YouTube how to get along with a difficult coworker. I started dude on my team today. we have you in my face. If I cannot avoid you, if I can't get you this from a distance, I'll make it work. Because if I'm watching myself, mind you,
Exactly.
thank you guys for being here. Yeah, but the thing is, I'm only torturing myself. So, yeah, but again, I wouldn't be where I am today, guaranteed with this mindset, had I not started to get fired off of X-ray jobs. Had I not seen for God what God did for my daughter Jackie, and then for my other kids. Yeah, I have 7.
Yes, ma'am.
I have 7. They have 1 dad. But so what if I have 7 kids with 20 dads? Whose business is it? Is this just my story? So
Right, exactly.
the thing is, the people want to come down on a mom who maybe has a couple of baby daddies. Are you paying her bills? Then mind your business.
Yeah, so like she said, like if it wasn't for me, what you say?
Oh, I'm sorry. Just welcoming everyone that's here. Nana, Nika. Hello, you guys. Thank you for being here. But go ahead, Tenell. I don't want to.
Hey, everybody.
Oh,
That's my dog. That's my dog whining. Sorry, y'all. But like she was saying, if it wasn't for me to get constantly getting laid off for jobs, no, I would go upstairs.
yeah.
If it wasn't for constantly getting laid off for those jobs, and God was still providing me, it was there for that particular reason or person. Just like you, I had clients, kids that come up and be like, my mom never lets anybody in. She'll never talk to social workers. What you do to get in the door? And I'm like, I look at people just like me. You know better. I'm no better. We're all, since only by the grace of God that, I'm not in a situation or whatever. So if I can help somebody and better somebody, that's how I was raised. And that's what God has blessed me with, was to be the type of person to be passionate about other people's feelings and where they're coming from. Because like I said, I lost my sister. I was 22. I lost my sister 3 weeks before I had my daughter. So, it's, hey, it can happen to anybody. Some people live longer lives, and you just have to be thankful and grateful every day that you have on this earth, because tomorrow's not promised. So with that being said, why do you want to constantly go to a job that you hate? Why do you want to keep on suffering? Your peace of mind is everything. Your peace of mind, we get trained to think that, we got to work for the men. We got to do this. Saying we got to go to college. We got to do this. My thing is to find your purpose and your meaning in life, and that was going to take you a long way. And I know that we all got to eat. I know we all got to need a roof over our head, but just like both of us, we have been put in places that, we did have to work, whatever, but it was also stepping stones going up that valley to get to where we need to be. If I wasn't having to go door to door to strangers' house, to people's houses that I never have been to, I probably would have never been comfortable enough to get in the front of a camera and talk to YouTube, because a lot of people are like, well, how do you do it? And I'm like, because when I was in high school, I was scared, to do public speaking. I had to speak at our graduation, and I was so nervous, but the older I get and the more comfortable I get around people, like I said, I had to stand in front of classes and teach people job training and etiquette on how to get a job, all the way to, like I said, going to people's houses and introducing myself and having them to let me into their house to talk to them about getting a job. Girl, is your light bill? You need help with your light bill? You need help with your gas? That type of situation, for them to feel comfortable enough with me to say, yes, I do need help. What can you do for me? And, for me to be honest with them and all, because some people will just tell you anything just to write it down and, you just another person. But I saw how the government, local and federal, was doing this. People like, they're just a number. They don't care about you, so you have your rights, and these are your rights. So make sure that you know your rights. So when they tell you these buildings are shut down, no, you have a place to go. You can take Section 8, you can move back in here. You do whatever you need to do to keep your house over your head.
Yeah.
So I totally understand that, and step it on faith and allow God to do what he needs to do in your life to have you abundantly blessed, because that's what he said, I will bless you abundantly.
And to me, the best blessing for me is my mindset. I mean, if the house burnt down, get up with joy. God, you better give me a better house.
Yes.
Somebody was killed.
Yes.
It's like, and that only comes through practice. And when it comes to talking about gifts, I said, okay, God, this is when I started getting fired from x-ray jobs. I said, okay, God, if I never x-rayed another patient, what did you create me for? I said, that's when I started realizing that like I said, what we're good at, what we love to do is not by accident, it's by God's design.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I work at the county as an x-ray tech. It was around a bunch of Black people. Excuse me, may I say a little something? I don't want to overdo your show. Okay.
No.
I just want, okay. It was around a lot of Blacks, and naturally I'm more comfortable, but I don't want to say the wrong thing around other. Anyway, one white doctor said about me, he said, I ain't never seen nobody talk so much shit. That's what he said about me. But she sure can't entertain you.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. And little things like that, that's how you find your purpose and your passion.
When you realize, and then, like, I'm just telling my story, I'm not trying to be racist. Imagine 2 Blacks in an all-white school, 2 Blacks, and you was one of them, and your sister. I told them white kids jokes to keep them getting my ass whipped. That's how I survived. I kept them laughing. White kids.
Right.
Okay. Mama Lunch, I'll be your nigga fucker.
Right. Exactly.
Survive. No, but literally, the white man, I'm not a fighter. I cannot be what I'm not. But I
exactly
keep them entertained, and then they would leave me alone, because the thing is, if you make someone laugh, you cannot laugh and be angry at the same time. You can't.
Nope.
So I kept them entertain them. I would get in trouble, like in the main lobby of the school. I'm up in the shrubbery and the flowers, dancing, entertaining little kids, and my mother get called. That's when, it took me years to realize that my gift was entertaining people. It took, like I said, I didn't realize. I started studying gifts and talents. Hi, you guys. Hello, everyone.
Hey. Yeah. We're gonna open it up for questions too. If you have a question, pronounce your name one more time.
Good evening, Lonje. Lonje.
Say it one more.
Lonje.
Lonje.
Oh, Lonje.
Lonje.
Lonje. Lonje.
Lonje with the yes. If you want to ask me or Lonje a question in regards to changing the careers and stepping on faith, you guys go ahead and feel free, because we're going to end up wrapping up pretty soon. If you missed it, we both gave backgrounds of our jobs and our employment history, being fired and laid off, and God strategizing in our life, places and points in our life that we had to be where we are now. We both step out on faith. I'm doing influencer thing here on this social media platform that we called. She is doing entertainment and preaching. She gets me together quite often. It is, saying preaching is not, if you can send a message to somebody and it touched them, that's a gift.
Because we're all imperfect, but the thing is, some people have the false belief their past. No, God can use anybody. If I'm only speaking my experience, you guys, I'm not trying to make it like I'm holier than thou. I'm just telling you through my faith walk through experience what God has taken me through. So I give back. So basically now, if you quit a job that you know you're not supposed to be on, anybody here, you hate when the alarm clock goes off, you wake up cussing God where I got to go. That's a clue.
Because or you sitting in the car having a prayer before you go in. Lord, don't let me kill nobody today. Lord, give me the strength to go up in here today. It's a problem.
And sometimes when you step out, like has anyone ever heard Steve Harvey's inspiration? He says it's like, he says, like a bird flying, or like the parachute is going to open. He said, but when you fall, you're going to get some cuts and tears against those rocks. But Steve Harvey says all of a sudden that parachute is going to open. And sometimes willing to take maybe 5 steps backwards, possibly backwards, in order to take 1,000,000 steps forward. God is basically saying, trust me. So I haven't paid my mortgage in how long? Girl, please. I said, God, if I don't do this now, I will never do this. And the fact that I'm here with you today is because I have the time. I'm not on that little stanky job no more.
Hello?
When that comes up, I want to be available. And I just got a call from a registry today. Would you work full-time? From a registry service. They provide jobs. It's called a registry. Okay. Registry. Do you full-time particular hospital? I'm only working part-time or per diem. I dictate myself. I take work because your gifts and purpose, they come first. Jim Carrey says most people go through life living in fear disguised as practicality. They go get a regular job, but it ain't what they supposed to be doing. So Jim Carrey, he said, you know, he's a comedian, of course. Jim Carrey said his dad was so funny, but his dad, when his dad lost his job as an accountant, he never went for what God put in him. Jim Carrey said his dad was so funny. When you put what God put in you, it never get old. It gets better. You jump. I could be 4 o'clock in the morning. When I think about living in my gifts and I think about dancing, I could be, I'm so tired. I dance, I'll be like, oh. It's like, fine. So the thing is, you have to be, okay, God, if you relationship with him, you read the word, y'all talk, and faith is not what you see and feel. If it were trouble, God, you. So you don't have to know where you're going. The people in Israel, they didn't know where they was going.
No. And that's the thing about fear. Fear is the unknown, the not recognizing, the uncertainty. But if you trust God, fear shouldn't come into mind because you already know that He's in control and it's already designed. It's already going to happen regardless. So why not try? If you try and you fail, then move on. Maybe you did something wrong, or maybe that's not where you're supposed to be. Maybe it's not your time. It's always about timing and stepping out on faith.
Stepping out on faith. Oh, of course.
And listening. You have to listen and listen to that spirit, that internal spirit and the Holy Spirit to tell you, this is the move to make, or no, this ain't it. So you got to be intuitive and willing to hear.
So the thing is, if a person has to clean toilets, that's preparing you for that big thing that he has for you. Clean them toilets. Sing a song. Put on some music and be in there bouncing while cleaning that toilet. Because that's preparation for God's best. But before another level, he has to break something in you. He's going to break something in you. Oh, he's going to be in the valley. Where are you? Oh, he's there. He just waits to trust to see if you know that he's there. So make it really short. Something was happening to me, and I was going to the restroom about between 12 and 12:30 a.m. And God said, it's going to be okay as long as you believe. It's going to be okay as long as you believe. So when I saw the same thing I saw the last time that ended in demise, failure, going by what I see and feel, I'm trusting in you, and it turned out okay. I'm just making it short. You know? It's right. I mean, really. But like I said, I've seen firsthand, when you do what you were born to do, nobody can ever fire you from that.
No, ma'am.
And you make a lot.
If you got passion for it, you gonna flip it
to flip it over again until it fits what you want, what you need it to be. Because if it's meant for you and designed for you,